And then what is recruiting for Special Forces right now, Rich? Do you even know that, like, how bad recruiting is for Special Forces or operations? Would you know that number? It's
I know that overall
low.
recruiting has only been...
No.
All branches have failed to hit their minimum requirements, except for the Marines, but that's only for the past year. All other branches are significantly lower, and last year, a lot of branches lowered the minimum so they could try to meet them and still came up short.
A buddy of mine was a Special Forces recruiter for the Navy, and he would talk to the regular guys doing like regular Navy stuff. They dropped the ASVAB score down to like 30 just to get kids in.
Dude, I think Navy's down to like 28.
Yeah, I mean, it continues to drop. That was this time last year, but like at the time, that wasn't what he was doing. He was like actively scouting kids who were like doing lacrosse, CrossFit, stuff like that, prepping them for all the Special Forces stuff. But like 30, they're like.
That's for the Special Forces. That's Navy SEALs.
No, that's just regular.
In some cases, in the U.S. Navy, a score of 26 may be permitted.
Kids weren't passing it. By the way,
dude, 26. This is you are struggling with arithmetic.
You spelled your name
like
wrong.
Pluses and minuses, not multiplication and division.
What did you get on the ASVAB?
Jake, that
would I get on the ASVAB? I maxed out my ASVAB, sir.
Yeah, mine was 90.
That's insanity. 26.
That's fucking wild, dude.
That's fucking
26
wild.
Typically 33 was like the long held standard, I believe.
26.
Dude, I swore it was like 60 or 70 at our time frame, or my old time frame. I thought that was like the minimum, but now hearing 26.
It reminds me of the Jordan Peterson bit where he's talking about like, all right, well, here's the minimum IQ basically required before the armed services considers you too fucking stupid to serve without being more of a detriment than you are an advantage.
Yeah.
He's like, now just imagine that whatever percent, I think it's like 25% of the United States population is dumber than that. And all of a sudden we start to realize problems in modern society. I don't know what the percentage is. I'm horribly paraphrasing that. But like, that's a scary stat.
Wartime army, we let in a lot of people, and I'm sure like I've never heard of the dumb recruits you were with. Cody probably had 1 or 2 dumb recruits in your Navy time.
1 or 2.
Who's the worst dude when you were like, oh man?
I mean, you know how it is, especially when you're going into boot camp. Everyone has their boot camp stories. There's always like someone you're like, how have you not walked out into fucking traffic yet? Like, it's so ridiculous how dumb some people are, and I don't know how they even like walked into boot camp.
Say their last name and social security number.
You had one that had to stick out in your head, and you're like, yeah, fucking retard did X, Y, and Z.
Oh, Seaman Cum. You're all Seaman, right?
Yeah.
I was Seaman Garrett. You know, you would be fucking Seaman Eli, Seaman Herrera here. Seaman
My last
Cum.
name's Eli.
Yeah, sorry.
So many meanings.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Actually,
Seaman cum,
double tap.
seaman cum.
No, dude, Seaman Cum, KUM.
Was his name actually that?
Yeah, KUM. He was. I think he was. I don't know what Asian he or what Asian he was. It was
Dead serious?
Yeah, Seaman
No shit.
Cum.
Oh god,
Seaman
I thought
cum.
that was a joke.
No, Seaman Region.
He was Japanese apparently. Oh, hero.
He was a Rasian.
What do you do?
He's just a piece of shit. He came on my PlayStation, my PSP. You know, remember the PSPs?
Wait, no, rewind. Not, I don't care.
PSPs were amazing.
He came on it?
Remember the PSP?
Yeah, dude,
but
Seaman Cum came on my PSP.
This is the most fucked up Dr. Seuss book I've ever heard.
Am I having a stroke?
I don't know.
You remember the PSPs?
Yeah, I'm not
PSPs were
stuck on that,
amazing.
Cody. I assure you, I know the
He came on
PSP.
it?
The coming on it is where I'm
Yeah,
stuck.
he borrowed my PSP and he came on it, dude. Seaman Cum came on my PSP.
What?
Yeah, so I stole his mattress and threw it off the 3rd floor of our fucking barracks.
I thought you were gonna say off the ship.
I just picture
Cody at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning tossing a mattress off the boat.
even from a 3rd-story balcony, fucking private Cody walking up like,
What's worse is if he was hot bunking and the other guy comes in. Oh,
what the fuck? fuck?
Yeah, Seaman Cum came on my PSP, dude.
How did I never hear this story?
Dude, I hate this Mad Libs.
Cody, this is the first time I'm hearing
Every
about
time
this.
they give him a new mattress, I'd throw it off the fucking.
This is where the bullying started. And then it went to Twitter. Poor Asian kid.
Fucking dude.
Just chucking his mattresses off.
I remember getting my PSP back.
Tell him why.
No, man, he never got a mattress again after that.
I just love the idea you never told him why. He just come back to bed like, damn it.
He knew.
My roommate at the time, like, I got my PSP back. Seaman Cum gave it back to me. And I was like, what's that look like to you? And he's like, bro, that's cum. It's like, yeah, it looks like cum, doesn't it? It was like Seaman Cum came on my PSP. And so, like, every time we get a new mattress, I'd take it and throw it off the fucking balcony at the barracks.
Can I get another beer?
Can we get our boy a beer real quick?
Christ
I
alive.
told you that.
No.
I would have remembered that.
Yeah, any of us would have remembered this. Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
One of my favorite
God.
Cody stories now.
Thanks, Dad.
That was my villain arc.
He's just the Homelander. Dun, 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 dun. You're looking at your dripping PSP.
The butterfly effect. Seaman Cum came on my PSP. Now I'm one of the most influential people on Twitter.
Holy fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Can't beat that one. Nick, what was your like? You had to have one where you're like, I fucking
I've
hate
told this
person.
story before, but there was the I don't know that I was at AT annual training, and there was we were doing they were dropping us off with helicopters the next morning. So I was asleep, and they dropped out. There was 4 companies going out. One of them went out the night before. The 3 were going out first thing in the morning, and they woke me up in the middle of the night, and they're like, Doc, we got a heat cat. They're bringing him back in on an LMTV and whatever. So I I grab my bag, I jump in the back of this LMTV, which if you don't know is a fucking 2 I-beams with wheels. There's no suspension on the goddamn things. And we go out to this aid station, and I'm trying to give this guy an IV in the back, and I get in the back, and this dude is covered in dust. He's not sweating, and he's unconscious. He's so fucked up. And I'm like, okay, I get an IV in him. I start pushing fluid. He takes all the fluid in my fucking aid bag, and we get him back to the aid station. He takes more fluid. He ended up taking it was more than 2 liters. I know that before he woke up. And so covered in dust, not sweating. He was super dehydrated. And I was like, I'm doing the paperwork and everything. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? How are you were there for 3 hours. How are you this dehydrated? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, were you drinking water? And he's like, no. Why? It's July and it's fucking 112 degrees and you're running around the woods with a 80-pound backpack. What are you doing? And he's like, well, fuck it. I didn't want to drink water because if I was going to drink water, I'd pee out all my electrolytes and then I'd get dehydrated. I was like, all right, I'm going back to bed. I'm going back to bed. I just fucking, yep. That was probably the dumbest thing I've seen.